So this is asking the 20 questions nobody wants to. So here's the deal. This episode is about to feel like a therapy session, except that we're not licensed and you didn't ask for this. So welcome to Roman Cast Studios, where we ask the questions that no one wants to answer, including us. But hey, at least there's growth, right?
Yeah, so today we're hitting you and ourselves with 20 questions for self-reflection and questions that are uncomfortable, annoying, revealing, and possibly life-altering. So get cozy, grab a journal, and just, stare into the void with us, and let's dive in.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Anong klaseng self-care activity ang gusto mong subukan pero hindi mo pa nagagawa?
I'm afraid to try acupuncture.
But you want to try that?
Somehow.
But why acupuncture?
They say the needles, they're targeting the chi points.
But I heard medyo masakit. Because it's really needles. But it's actually gonna be very helpful for a lot of things sa body natin. Although it's not generally, I don't think it's generally accepted in medical field, right?
Western medicine, parang hindi siya.
On Western medicine.
It's not as
Yeah,
accepted.
very Asian kasi yung acupuncture. Siguro sa akin, self-care activity na hindi ko pa nagagawa. Siguro yung yung consistent, parang I can travel abroad anytime I want.
That's an expensive self-care.
Yeah, it's an
routine.
expensive self-care because I'm a wanderer, hindi lang halata. Hindi lang halata, I'm a wanderer. I like going to many places, pero it's not all the time we are fortunate enough to have the capacity na mag-travel anytime we want. Iba kasi anytime we want eh. Except dun sa, yung alam mo yun, kailangan mo ba i-schedule? Yung talagang pag naisipan mo, pwede kang
Masakit yung ulo ko.
mag-jet
Gusto ko
set.
mag-Japan. Ganun.
Like that. Hindi ko pa siya natatry. Yung that kind of therapy. Yung parang may pagka-impulsive way siya na, naisip ko, what if punta kaya ako ng Hong Kong? Tapos mag-book lang ako ng ticket din. I'm good na. Like ganon. Not necessarily na kailangan mo mag-shopping. It's more of like wandering, going to places you've never been.
May nakita akong nag-flex ng ganyan eh. Nagpunta daw siya abroad. Ang dala niya lang power bank.
Yeah, parang alam ko din yun. Ano daw? Power bank at saka wallet. Parang
Basta
ganon lang
ganun
sabi.
lang. Yun
Yeah.
lang yung dala niya and
Yeah.
finigure out na
But I can't
niya.
remember who.
Anyway, kasi naman siya.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
next question.
Yeah. Next question.
Ayan.
Question number 2.
Kapag nakakaranas ka ng sobrang pag-aalala, anong unang mong ginagawa para kumalma?
Ako, ang una kong ginagawa when I'm worrying too much is to have a deep breath. Like, yun yung pinakamabisa at first. Kasi the more na nagde-deep breath ka, the more that you have oxygen in your brains and mas hindi mo mapifeel yung stress and that's gonna make you and help you think better compared sa, what you're thinking about it. So, yeah, for sure, yun yung una kong ginagawa. How about you?
Parang hindi, nag-agree ako doon sa sinasabi mo. Kasi kapag ka daw you're controlling your breathing, you're forcing yung subconscious part ng mind mo. I don't have the research now, pero you're forcing the subconscious mo na parang nire-regulate mo yung subconscious mind mo. So I guess that helps. Pero ako naman, kapag ka nag-aalala ako ng malala, I would often go to the piano and play music. I guess that's how I process things.
If that's accessible to you. But how about if not, yung hindi accessible sa'yo? Like, anywhere you are?
My go-to is to have a long walk alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps too.
So,
Yeah, so, okay. I think we're good with that.
yeah.
Yeah, so for question number 3, anong klaseng music ang lagi mong pinapakinggan kapag stressed ka?
Pagka stressed ako, I would go for classical music. Japanese composers like Joe Hisaishi, Ryuichi Sakamoto. So, Ghibli soundtracks. Then sometimes, yung spa music.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say too. Like, sa akin din kasi,
Universe.
very classical music person din ako. Like, it's really calming my brain all the time. There's also classical music na medyo intense. Like, ang bilis niya, very upbeat siya. More on siguro dun sa chill side, yung parang cafe, rain sounds na, yeah, like spa sounds like that. And yung mga klase ng classical music ni Mozart na hindi masyadong fast rhythm and beats. So, yun. I think ganun din yun sa akin. More on classical music.
Yeah.
Anything na walang song, walang kanta, walang lyrics.
Yung tipong, deadline nitong deliverable, EOD, and you're listening to birds and falling sound. Inner peace.
Yeah, like inner peace. The sound of inner peace. Yeah, totoo.
Alright. So,
Alright.
I guess, next question. Anong words of encouragement ang sinasabi mo sa sarili mo kapag ka-overwhelmed ka?
Ako, words, ang una talagang sinasabi ko sa sarili ko, all is well. Literal, as in all is well, all is gonna be well. Like, yung sinasabi nila sa movie na Three Idiots.
Yeah.
Like, literally, all is well, all is well. Because when you actually accepted sa sarili mo na you're okay to have mistakes and everything's gonna be well, magsha-shut off yung brain mo na nag-worry na, baka hindi ko magawa to. Like, I've tried it many times, especially dun sa mga proposals that I have at work that I am very scared to talk about. Like, especially if that's someone na you're gonna be proposing sa very high up in the management na you don't want to mess things up like that. So,
Pressure.
yeah, that's definitely nakaka-pressure to have that kind of, scenario, and then you have to deal with it as well. Kasi kapag hindi mo siya manage, you're gonna stutter a lot. And the same thing with talking to people as well. Like, kapag iniisip mo kasing magkakamali ka, parang the more na mas nangyayari siya. So, the better na just accept to yourself na it's fine to make mistakes and just, alam mo yun, gawa mo lang siya ng paraan as much as possible. So, sa akin yun. How about you?
Di ba song yun? All is well. Alam ko may song
I don't know.
Alam ko may song and dance number yun. So, for those na hindi pa pala nakapanood, the title is, it's an Indian film, right? Three Idiots.
Yes, Indian film siya.
I remember it was, if my memory serves me right, it's a song. Anyway, ako pagka-overwhelmed ako, siguro dati kasi ginagaslight ko yung sarili ko. Kaya mo yan. Yung parang inaano mo siya, hindi ka dapat magkamali. You just push through dun sa challenge. Pero ang pinapractice ko lately na parang, na-assess ko siya. Is this something that's gonna be relevant 10 years from now? So if yes, parang sige, I tend to focus more. If not, I try to calm myself as much as possible na parang it's okay lang yan. Magagawa mo naman ng solusyon yan. Kasi minsan hindi rin nakakatulong. Feeling ko kaya nagkakaroon ako ng white hair. Yung ganong mindset sa work na parang, sige, push natin. Kasi, kailangan natin ma-meet yung targets or yung deadline. Pero kung, yun nga, I try to be mindful din sa mental health na hindi mo masyadong i-beat up yung sarili mo too much.
Ano naman din? I think we all have our own capacities and we're supposed to know hanggang saan lang yung kaya natin. So question number 5, ano ang isang pangarap mo noon bilang bata na gusto mo pa ring matupad hanggang ngayon?
Hirap yan. Marami kasi akong pangarap.
Isa lang lang. Isa lang daw. Huwag kang
Siguro yung gusto ko pa rin magkaroon ng financial, hindi naman siguro affluent. Moving target kasi yung gusto ko yung gusto mong maging stable financially.
Financial freedom you're asking?
Abundance, rather. Yung term nga nila dun na nasettle mo na yung needs mo. So, nandun ka na sa self-actualization, di ba? Sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, like
So,
You don't have to think about more of it.
yung parang having the
Parang pinapanood mo na lang siya, ganun.
Oo, parang
Yeah.
yung having yung freedom ng na I'm gonna spend this because it's gonna make me happy. And that in a materialistic way.
Siguro more of not worrying about it anymore.
Yun.
Yun kasi yung parang constant battle ng mga tao nowadays, diba? Na parang all the time na pagkagising mo, kailangan mo magtrabaho so that you can have,
survival.
like, it's a form of survival. Parang kailangan mo siya so that you can survive. So you just want to get out of that kind of survival and be financially free.
Yeah.
Not thinking much about it. You can just spend whenever you want to spend without even thinking na, ay baka, alam mo yun, this is a wrong choice that I gotta do. Right?
I guess,
Ganun.
siguro it also alludes to a future content that we might do kung ano man yung steps namin. I mean, we're not financial advisors, but at least we can share some of the
What did work for us?
what worked
Yeah.
and what didn't work. Obviously, mas marami yung hindi nag-work.
Yeah, for sure. You won't get there until you figure out what made you fail in the first place. Yeah. So sa akin siguro, pangarap ko nung bata ako na gusto ko pa rin matupad until now. Well, it's always been in my mind since then na to give back sa mga tao around me. Not just around me, but whoever I can also bless. And for me to also do that, I also need that financial freedom. But it's actually my ultimate goal. Like, since bata pa lang ako, I want to give back. Gusto kong more of on the purpose side siya na like sinasabi mo kanina, self-actualization level. Parang if I'll reach that part of me that I can also bless others with the blessings I'm receiving, siguro I would feel like I'm already successful. So yeah, yun siguro, major siya. And mahirap pumunta dun sa level na yun until you're like abundant enough na to, alam mo yun, bless others too.
So, question number 6. Anong klaseng pag-uusap ang nagbibigay comfort sa'yo?
Sa akin, generally, di ba obvious, deep conversations talaga. Like, this is my thing. Like, I go out with friends, most of the time one-on-ones, out of the reason na mas na-enjoy ko yung deep conversations because the more that you're into it, the more that you know the person you're talking to. And the more na nagkakakilala kayo. And also, that's an alleyway for us to learn from each other, from our experiences. And it also gives you the comfort na you're being known at that kind of level. Na parang hindi ka lang nila gusto kasama sa saya. Alam mo yun, yung mga parang medyo, for me lang not all, like, in a shallow way na parang gusto ka lang nilang kasama kapag masaya, pero kapag hindi na masyadong maganda yung mga nangyayari sa life mo. Yeah, like, hindi na convenient sa kanila. That's the only time na parang ma-etchapwera ka na. Something like that. So, siguro for me, yun. And the more I learn from others, the better, right? Kasi we can't experience everything all at once, right?
Yeah.
So, how about you?
Siguro yung freedom within the conversation na parang hindi ka ginajudge. So aside, di ba, usually kapag ka-deep na yung conversations, you would really know the person and kapag ka hindi mo siya trip.
But you're saying na nagbibigay pa rin ng comfort sa'yo yung deep conversations.
Yeah. Kasi may mga bagay na hindi mo mahirap eh. Ako kasi personally, introvert ako. So, hindi ko talaga think dati na naglalabas ng mga bagay-bagay. So, tendency, sumasabog na lang ako. Diba? Parang,
Yeah.
ang hirap din nun.
Yeah, and that's also one of the things that I always tell everybody who's doing the same na unhealthy yung nag-iipon ng sama ng loob. Like, you have to express it out so that hindi ka niya kainin.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think even if it's a bad thing, like, kailangan mo talaga siyang i-let out. Otherwise, it will eat you up. Question number 7. What's something your younger self needed pero hindi mo na-receive?
Sure ka ba? Gusto mo sabihin yan?
Why not? I mean, we're talking about reality about ourselves, but you don't need to overshare. Yeah.
Siguro,
Tagal.
explanations. Kasi growing up, and this is not a criticism of my parents. Lang, it's the environment. It's not just them. So, yung explanation, growing up, parang sasabihan ka lang kasi bibigyan ka ng listahan ng mga bawal mong gawin.
Yeah, like societal expectations na kapag bata ka, hindi ka pwedeng sumagot sa matandain
Pag nagtanong ka ng
or
bakit,
even ask anything
Diba?
about what they're trying to tell you to do.
yun, siguro dun lang, feeling ko nakukulangan yung older generation. And sana hindi ako maging ganun pagtanda ko pa na bawal, pero hindi sinabi bakit. Kasi pag tinanong mong bakit, sumasagot ka na.
Yeah. Tapos kapag hindi ka naman sumagot, sasabihin sa'yo,
Yung paparesahin, sumagot ka. Love you, ma.
oh my gosh. Yeah, pero actually, I think sa generation natin,
Yeah.
it did become like that.
Naging norm siya. Yun.
Or even the earlier ones, because sabi nga nila, kapag nakakatanda, mas alam nila yung mas tama pa for you. Pero I don't agree with that. Because I think the only person who knows what really is best for us is ourselves. Kasi alam natin yung gusto natin. But not all the times. Because sometimes yung mga tao din naman sa paligid natin is wanting the best for us. So, we can consider it. But at the end of the day, tayo pa rin naman yung magde-decide kung ano sa tingin natin yung nakakabuti talaga for us. So, yeah. Pero tama ka naman din doon. I think that's one of the things that, na sana meron ng times natin, no? Na sana hindi tayo we didn't kept wondering na bakit. Diba? Until tumanda ka na lang, that's the only time you understood, yun lang pala. You could have understood that time. Diba? Nakakaintindi ka naman na nung bata ka if you'll think about it. But, yeah.
Siguro sa madaling salita, I mean, judging sa conversation natin yun, sa madaling salita, parang may tendency kasi, as adults, and even baka guilty tayo dito, hindi lang natin alam, may tendency tayo na tratuhin na hindi parang adults yung mga bata. Tratuhin alam mo yun, na parang hindi nila naiintindihan or iniisip natin, masyado pa tong bata. Pero in reality, kahit bata yan, may level siya ng pang-intindi at pang-unawa. So, subukan nating sabihin as it is.
Yeah, and by the only time na feeling mo hindi nila naintindihan, I think you still have to re-explain it or wait for a bit more time.
Magkaroon ka ng pasensya na ipaunawa doon sa mas nakababata sa'yo.
Yeah, kasi parang, things are better that way, no? For me lang, parang mas peaceful to think about it. Na hindi nagkakaroon ng anxiety yung bata na bakit kaya ganun. Wala kasing sense of explanation bakit kaya nagalit si mommy or si daddy. Bakit kaya siya pinalo. Alam mo yun. But anyway, it's done. And I think we've learned our lessons from the past. Both sides yun for sure. So siguro for me, younger self needed pero hindi ko na-receive. I think more on material things. And I'm not saying na hindi nag-provide ng needs ko yung parents ko or yung family ko. It's more of siguro yung mga wants na hindi kayang ibigay before and something that ngayon kaya ko na siyang i-provide sa sarili ko. Yun siguro. Mas nabibigyan ko na ng pansin at nabibigyan ko na ng alam mo yun, kumbaga na titreat ko na yung younger self ko in a way.
Yung term nga nila na ng healing of the inner
child. Yeah, healing the inner child. Mga ganon. Pero syempre, with reason lang naman, hindi naman all the time ganon. So, yun siguro. I think most of us are like that, no? Kasi hindi naman din lahat dapat din ng wants natin ng bata tayo binibigay sa atin. Kasi we have to learn how to actually work for it before we can get it. So, that's understandable. Pero yun nga siya. Coming from humble beginnings na hindi naman coming from a well-off family that much. So, yun siguro. Kasi hindi naman lahat, 'di ba? Nabibigay talaga. I mean, na-experience nila lahat ng gusto nilang i-experience nung younger self pa nila sila. So, yun. Question number 8.
Ano ang isang life lesson na natutunan mo this year na hindi mo inaasahan?
Ang hirap naman ng tanong. Life lesson. Hindi ko inaasahan this year. Parang masyado pang maaga for this year.
Yeah. Probably not last year, 2024.
Sige, let's change the question. Let's do last year. Siguro last year, oh my God, I'm trying to go back. Ano bang life lesson na hindi ko inaasahan? More of ano siguro, trusting the process.
Mhm.
Kasi I'm a very anxious person. I don't believe before lang yun. I don't believe before na parang things come through time. Parang I always have to do something, schedule something, plan something to get what I want. So, parang last year lang, hindi naman last year, pero siguro yung major breakthrough ng maraming bagay na parang yung mga pinagkikirapan mo for the past years is coming up in front of you na telling you na, you did great, that's why you're having this now.
Mhm.
So yeah, trusting the process. Sa'yo?
Siguro yung change. Kasi, yung current state ko ng employment, it's more fluid. So, unlike pagka 100% locally employed ka, so, parang inaasahan mo na 15-30, meron kang income. So, as a freelancer, hindi siya ganon. So, nakikita din siguro nila on media and social media na parang kapag nag-freelance ka, matik yan na yayaman ka. Pero hindi eh. Kasi lumaki ako na freelance, sort of like entrepreneurial yung background. So, minsan, you're feasting and then the next you're fasting. So, siya? Laging extremes. So, siguro, nung nagtrabaho ako for corporate for isang dekada din halos, na ko siya, parang hindi ko naman siya nakalimutan, pero hindi na siya yung naging environment ko until I decided to go freelance. Doon lang ako na-remind na ganito yung buhay namin dati. Kapag maganda ang pasok ng projects, kailangan mo talaga mag-save and mag-invest para kapag lean season or walang masyadong projects, mag-survive ka. So, yun. Yung flexibility to adapt doon sa ganong klase ng changes. Yeah.
Okay, so next tayo. Question number 9. Ano ang pinakamabigat na bagay na tiniis mo mag-isa at paano mo siya nalampasan?
Siguro yan, yung masters ko. Kasi mag-isa ako nun eh. Mag-isa ako nun. Yung first parts nun, okay pa eh, kasi may ipon ka pa. Tapos yung mga kasunod, paubos na yung ipon. Eventually nag-resign. So, ganun siya. So, I would say 2017 nung nag-decide akong mamuhay mag-isa tapos naisipan ko pang mag-masters. So, walang nakakaalam ng struggles ko noon. I mean, nakuwento ko siguro siya in passing sa mga classmates and colleagues na ang routine ko noon, pasok sa day job, tapos after ng day job, pasok sa school, after ng school, freelance pa ulit kasi hindi talaga abot yung savings. So, naitawid ko naman, naigapan ko naman siya for 2 years. So, yun. I guess, yun. Wala akong kausap. Mag-isa ko lang dun sa place ko. Yun.
Yeah, sa akin siguro pinakamabigat na bagay na tiniis ko mag-isa was depression. Kasi, well, I'm not clinically diagnosed, but I think I have all the signs that I did have a depression back in college to the point na wala talaga akong maramdaman. Literal. As in, that's how it feels. Like, gigising ka sa umaga, para kang robot. Wala ka talagang nafe-feel kahit anong gawin mo. Tapos, wala kang sensory sa mga tao sa paligid mo. Kahit may nagsasalita sa harapan mo, it's all blank. So, siguro, one of the reasons why it was happening back then is more of yung consistent anxiety about what's gonna happen the next. And that's something I've experienced back in college na ang hirap niyang i-handle. Every day in your life, you're worrying what's next. So, yun. So, more of that because mahirap yung life ko nung college because coming from a not so well off family, I didn't have that much. Na even yung mga kailangan sa school or like mga necessity sometimes hindi na siya enough. So, paano ko siya nalampasan is more of praying first. For sure, praying first. Kasi when you're in that kind of situation, you don't know what else to do. Especially if you don't have like the money. Yung time na yun, dahil bata ka pa, to get yourself diagnosed or even to ask help. So, more of sense of encouragement muna sa sarili. And then, by the time na medyo nagiging okay na, kasi it passes through time. And I think most of depression is happening, not all naman siguro. I wouldn't claim that I know everything, but I think mine is being triggered because my physical self is already tired about what's happening, the constant anxiety every day. So, yun, kapag nagkakaganon, umaabot talaga sa point na parang malapit na mag-shutdown yung body mo. Sina-shutdown niya yung sarili niya. Because hindi na siya, alam mo yun, hindi na siya healthy in general. So, paano ko siya nalambasan? Yun nga, after praying, more of being mindful, trying to calm myself down, watching a lot of YouTube videos to help out that depression, and at the same time, whatever is worrying me that time, I did try to resolve on my own. Kasi before, syempre bata pa ako, I didn't have that much initiative and resources to resolve my issues. But sabi ko hindi pwede, kailangan gawan ko ng paraan to so that it won't eat me up. And that's why I got over it. So, kapag nangyayari siya, I didn't say, nun lang siya nangyari, it did happen once again, but from a different reason naman, hindi naman the same reason. You know how to handle it anymore. So, I think that's the pinaka-heavy talaga na nangyari sa akin na tiniis ko mag-isa. Kasi I'm not the kind of person naman din talaga na who asks help right away. I usually try to resolve things on my own before even reaching out to anybody. So, yun lang yung reason, not because I don't have the people around me to support me. So, yun sa akin.
So, question number 10. Kailan ka huling nakaramdam ng pure joy at ano nangyari?
Parang lagi naman.
Wow.
Joke lang. Hindi, siguro yung parang pinaka pure joy for me at ano ang nangyari. Anything na second-hand happiness. I could call second-hand happiness as pure joy. Yung masaya ka kasi masaya siya. Yung masaya ka kasi nakatulong ka sa kapwa mo na nangangailangan. Not necessarily masaya siya, di ba? Or like yung sinasabi mo, yung proud ka dun sa friend mo or to whoever is in your life na gaining what they've been wanting in life. So yun, yung second-hand happiness na yun, I would say that's the purest thing that I could experience as a joy in my life. Sa'yo?
Ng araw na nakilala kita.
Sus, ano ba to? Sabi ko, reality hindi
Bakit
ano.
hindi?
Is that a real thing? Is that the only thing that you can think of?
Hindi, siguro pure joy kasi yung ganito, I mean, obviously may konting unease kasi may third person or kung sino may nakikinig sa atin ngayon.
Mhm.
Pero sa mahabang panahon kasi, wala akong kausap ng ganito, ng ideas.
Buti iyak ka na.
Hindi ako naiiyak. Mainit lang.
Naiiyak ka na, naluluha ka na.
Hindi. Ano kasi siya parang human need kasi to feel accepted.
Okay.
Na kaya mong sabihin lahat ng gusto mong sabihin nang naintindihan ka nung kausap mo. So, yun. I mean, pure joy. Marami tayong instances na ganun. I guess, yun din siguro yung reason. Yun yung naging motivation ko to pursue tong relationship na to. So, yan.
So happy ka you met me?
Ano naman?
Talaga. Kineme nito
Ewan ko sa'yo.
Question number 11. Kapag may pinagdadaanan ka, sino ang unang naiisip mong kakampi mo?
Sino pa ba?
Sino nga ba?
Ikaw. Kahit naiinis ka na sa akin.
Ganon. Really?
Oo naman.
I think I would say the same. I would say the same. Kasi nga, teamwork to diba? So parang, yeah, I think, parang, technically, the right answer for here is best friends.
Yeah.
Right? Pero kasi parang sa relationship, dapat yung partner mo yung best friend mo. Kasi pag hindi ganun, parang how would you confide it?
Question marks.
Yeah, that is, paano ka magko-confide ng mga, alam mo yun, mahihirap na mga bagay with your partner if hindi mo siya natitreat as like a best friend. So yeah, I would say best friend. Like, literally best friend.
So, question number 12. Paano mo hinaharap ang pakiramdam na wala kang na-achieve?
Ay nako, I mean,
Very recent.
very recent naman
relevant.
itong question na to. Ano nga yung tanong? Paano ko siya hinaharap?
May naharap.
Na feeling ko wala akong na-achieve. Siyempre, first, I have to assess first if talaga bang wala akong na-achieve or I'm just being impatient. Kasi that's two different things eh. Baka kasi akala ko wala lang ako na-achieve. Pero meron naman, nagiging impatient lang ako dun sa outcome. Like, yun nga, part ng trusting the process. So, siguro when it comes to that, kung feeling ko naman impatient lang ako, I only have to wait. Kasi yun nga, part din siya ng trusting the process. It will come out if you're really doing the work until the time comes na it's your time to shine. Parang ganun kasi siya eh. Pero if it's really my fault, like wala talaga akong ginagawa, then I have to figure out what's wrong sa mga ginagawa ko and fix it. Kasi kapag hindi natin inayos yung sarili natin, hindi natin makukuha yung outcome that we want. So, generally going through that process, fixing yourself, making those mistakes, and fix it. Once na-fix mo naman yun, I think we should be good. How about you?
I think similar din. Battle ko siya recently. I mean, personal struggle ko siya recently na yung I'm my own worst critic. So, hindi na siya obviously kita sa video na to. Pero yung pagsiset up pa lang, na-OC ka sa mga little details na what if it's cringe, what if it's bad, what if tama yung lighting. Kasi, ayun gusto ko lagi na softbox yung mga ilaw kasi may shadows. Yung technical things na ganun. So, yun nga. Parang yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, it's trusting the process eh. Ang hirap kumalma kapag ang dami mong iniisip na mga bagay na mali na nangyayari. Pero ang lakas nun eh. Ang lakas ng impact sa'yo nun kapag doon ka na nag-focus. Most likely, magkakamali ka nga talaga kapag ganun yung mindset mo. So, in relation do sa, sa topic, sa question na wala na-achieve. Ang pananaw ko dyan, feeling mo wala kang na-achieve kapag kinukumpara mo yung sarili mo sa iba. Pero pag kinumpara mo yung sarili mo, sa sarili mo din, from many years ago, doon mo lang ma-appreciate na, layo na pala ng narating ko. Although malayo pa yung gusto mong puntahan, pero malayo na, yung term nga nila na malayo na.
Yeah, you're right. And also siguro, factor din yung what kind of timeline are you setting for yourself?
For yourself, yun.
Yeah, kasi pag hindi mo na-set, hindi mo na-achieve yung sinet mo sa timeline, dun ka na parang, hala, bakit dun sa sinet kong timeline hindi nag-work, ganun.
Yun nga.
Diba? So, pero yeah, tama din naman yung point na you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others kasi dapat sa sarili lang natin, diba?
Yeah.
The more we improve, dapat sa sarili lang natin. Yung past self lang natin siya kino-compare.
Kung may competition ka man, yun ay yung kung
sa
sino
sarili
ka
mo.
a few years back. Diba?
Yeah, that's right. Question number 13. Ano ang pinakamasakit na bagay na na-realize mo tungkol sa friendship?
Yung reality na people will come and go in your life. And that's normal. And you have to be fine with it na may mga taong darating lang sa buhay mo to be friends and then eventually.
Like, on a phase.
Yeah.
Like phase lang ng buhay mo sila magiging part. Yeah.
For a different illustration. Na dapat ready ka din na i-let go sila kapag katapos na yung time nila sa buhay mo.
Yeah, I think I'm saying the same thing too. Like, hindi lahat ng taong akala natin even we're with them and we are like friends with them for more than 10 years, you're confiding with them everything that you have right now is like a guarantee na magsistay sa'yo
Sa buhay.
until the end of your life, right? So, siguro yun din, na talagang some things are just falling off through time and it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro the more that we are growing, sometimes we just have to grow apart, you know? So, sa akin din siguro yun yung mga lessons that I've been learning in the past na akala mo, ito yung kind of friend that you'll be with talaga hanggang pagtanda mo. Pero, hindi pala ganun. May iba palang plan si Lord for us. So, yeah. Mahirap siyang i-accept sa umpisa. That for sure. But, yun nga, trust the process.
So, question 14. Ano ang pinakamahirap na bagay na kailangan mong tanggapin sa sarili mo?
Ay, nako. Ano nga ba? Sorry, parang ang hirap naman nung tanong. Pinakamahirap na tanggapin sa sarili ko? I don't know how to answer that question. Kasi parang, well, siguro the reason why I couldn't answer this question was that bata pa lang ako, I've been working very hard to accept who I really am. I try to be my like very best version of myself. Not necessarily like the passive, yung mga, alam mo yun, nung bata pa tayo, is like the best version of ourselves. But siguro nung time na yun, I've been actively working on fixing myself. Kasi ganun ako as a person. Like, if may nakikita akong hindi ko gusto sa sarili ko, I would actually fix it. But siguro, one thing that I could say na binago ko sa sarili ko way back then is more of yung pagiging inconsiderate. Kasi once I have things in mind, once I've said something, once I expected something from others, hindi na siya nababago. Like, if I'm disappointed for you, for like, in the very long run. Parang hindi ko na sila binibigyan ng chance. But now, I just react accordingly. Like, kung ano yung pinapakita sa akin, wala na akong sense of expectations and just let it be. Parang, ano na, kung ano lang yung nakikita mo, yun yung papaniwalaan mo. Ganun. How about you?
Ang hirap nung tanong na to actually. Iniisip ko nga din habang nagsasalita ka. Paano ko ba siya i-relate sa sarili ko? Yung,
Kinusta natin to, di ba?
hindi. Tanggapin yung tanggapin na nagkakamali ka. Like I said earlier, I'm my own worst critic. And
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
your head na parang,
That's true.
ay, dapat ganito, dapat ganyan. Wala na eh. Mistakes were made. Ang next na lang siguro, anong gagawin
What
ko
can you
para...
do about those
oo,
mistakes?
may mga bagay na hindi ka na mababago dahil nangyari na sila. Pero, meron ka pang pwedeng gawin sa present para ma-affect mo yung future.
Yeah,
So,
and
yun.
to stop committing the same mistakes. Yeah. Nasa habits din kasi natin yon. That's why, alam mo yun, we're committing those mistakes. Nasa habits natin yun na parang in our minds, feeling natin wala namang mali. Because we're not being aware of it. Hindi natin siya na-change. Hindi natin siya nakakorrect. So yun. So question number 15, paano mo na-handle ang huling big argument mo with a friend or family? Well, nabasa ko na to. Well, by the way, these questions that we have right now is picked by the both of us. Hindi namin nakita yung questions other than nung tinatype ko lang siya sa listahan namin so that we don't forget. Yun. So, paano ko ba na-handle yung huling big argument ko sa... Well, I'm the kind of person that tries my best to not go into a confrontation. Hindi kasi ako confrontational na tao as much as possible. Parang, in actual, as much as possible, if pwedeng hindi tayo magkaroon ng argument,
Hindi na.
I wouldn't go to it.
Mm-mm.
Pero, if I'm left with no choice, na kailangan talagang harapin to kasi pag hindi ko siya sinabi, walang mangyayari. And it's better na sabihin siya rather than doing nothing. So, by the time na sinabi ko siya sa'yo, that's the means that I still care. Kasi kapag wala na akong sinasabi, that means wala na akong pake. And pag wala kang pake, technically hindi mo na mahal or like hindi ka nag-care na at all sa tao. So, yun, nagiging indifferent ka na. So, it depends. Kasi, naging big argument ang isang bagay when we aren't properly communicating. Feeling ko, yun lang yung isang reason bakit. Kapag hindi kayo nagkakaintindihan or kahit anong try mong sabihin dun sa tao, hindi ka niya naiintindihan kasi yung perception niya, iba dun sa perception mo at kahit anong try mong i-explain sometimes, they just couldn't get it. You just have to let it go and just agree to disagree. Kasi hindi lahat ng gusto nating ma-fix with others can be fixed no matter how hard we try. At least we tried. Yun ang mahalaga. Pero some battles aren't our battles we fought for. So, parang for me, hanggang doon na lang yun. Pag nasabi ko na, that's the end of it. Kung walang magbabago, that's not my fault. At least sinabi ko yung side ko. And, yun. It's better to communicate those kinds of things rather than doing nothing. For me, Kasi kapag wala kang ginagawa, walang mafi-fix. Parang, parang tinatago mo lang yung, parang for me parang nakaka-plastic lang for me yun. So, parang hindi ka naging real about the situation and you're not even helping that person to, alam mo yun, to clear whatever is bothering you both. So yun, for me. Sa'yo?
Siguro yung setting of boundaries. Kasi yun yung number 1 na natutunan ko sa'yo as a person. Yung setting of boundaries kasi kapag hindi ka nag-set nun, ibang tao yung magsaset nun for you at hindi mo siya magugustuhan. Yun. Hanggang dito lang ako, friend.
Yeah, that's right. Even naman din sa work I mean, you have to set also the boundaries and if you want to be treated well, you have to teach people around you how to properly treat you. And that's by setting boundaries. Tama ka naman din dun.
Yeah. So, question number 16. Saan ka kumukuha ng pag-asa kapag feeling mo lahat ay hindi naayon sa plano?
Ako na ba yung sasagot?
Ah,
Ay, oo, kasi ikaw
ikaw
nagbasa.
na. Nagbasa na ako.
Kumukuha ng pag-asa, like hope. Like yun nga part pa rin siya ng trusting the process na there's a reason why it's not going according to the plan. Pero ibang usapan yung long term. Like super long term, like more than 1-2 years ka na, ganun. Ganun pa rin. Maybe there's something wrong about you na kailangan mong ayusin, baguhin dun sa habits na ginagawa mo. And by the time na nabago mo yan, nun lang naman magbabago din yung outcome, di ba? Pero if you're doing the right things, but doing it in the incorrect time, hindi pa rin siya magpo-follow dun sa tamang, alam mo, outcome that you're like expecting. So, more on trusting the process, trusting yourself that eventually you'll figure things out. As long as may ginagawa ka enough to get there, finifix mo yung sa tingin mo may mali, analyzing the details from the history or like your past, kung anong naging outcome, kung paulit-ulit ba siya or paiba-iba, that's the time that you'll understand saan nanggagaling. So yun. More of trusting the process pa din. Yeah. Ikaw.
Minsan ginagaslight ko yung sarili ko na kaya mo yan. Pero kapag ka hindi naman depressing, kapag ka nakakapanlumo yung yung scenario or yung sitwasyon, I would titignan mo yung mga napagtagumpayan mo noong nakaraan na sa tingin mo mas mahirap doon sa pinagdadaanan mo ngayon. Tapos papaalalahan mo yung sarili mo na, ay, kinaya mo naman to eh. Siguro kakayanin mo din yan. Andun yung hope na yun eh. And yung idea na habang buhay ka pa, malakas ka pa, wala ka namang malubhang sakit, may magagawa ka pa. Kasi sa pananaw ko, kapag tinanggap mo na lang ng ganun, you're as good as dead. Ika nga. Para ka ng nga yun eh. Sabi nga nila, di ba, only dead fish go with the flow.
So, question 17. If you're given a chance to talk with your younger self, anong sasabihin mo sa kanya?
It will get better. You will not get everything that you dreamed of or wanted. Pero, yeah, yun. It will get better. The hardships that you're facing right now, it's temporary. Sabi nga nila, broke is temporary. Poor is a mindset. So, yeah. Ikaw?
Sa akin siguro, I would say to my younger self that I'm proud of you and that whatever you're dreaming of, eventually you'll find a way to get there. Yun siguro.
I guess yun din yung premise ng episode natin. Itong buong project natin na to.
Yeah.
Documentation of the process.
Yeah, yun. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Okay. So, question number 18. Anong pinakamasayang memory mo at bakit sobrang mahalaga ito sa'yo?
I'm not thinking because I don't have it, but para kasing ang dami. Alam mo, ano ba yung best? Parang ang dami naman din kasing best kinds of memory. Madami kasi siya, depende dun sa scenario. Pinakamasayang memory ko at bakit sobrang halaga ko. Bakit sobrang mahalaga yun for me? Siguro ito.
Ito.
Not necessarily ito, but siguro yung nagkaroon ako ng thoughts and courage to do what I really want in life. Like, for example, this one, doing vlogs, sharing my thoughts, because it's always been my thing to talk, share my insights. Pero nagagawa ko lang siya sa small group. Like, small group lang. Bilang na tao lang. Kasi I don't give an access to myself to everybody. So, unlike now that this is also an alleyway for everybody to know what's in my head and what those special people in my life is having when we're talking like this. So, yun, sharing this piece of me to you is one of the greatest things na maiisip ko na, alam mo yun, pinakamasaya na, pinakamahal. Hindi naman siguro pinakamahalaga, pero mahalaga, sobrang mahalaga. Yeah.
Sa akin siguro, pinakamasayang memory. Similar sa'yo, hanggang ngayon iniisip ko pa din, alin nga ba talaga yung magiging pinakamasaya ako? Kasi, pag sinabi mong pinaka, as in, yun yung unang-una mo naiisip, di ba? Parang, similar, siguro isa sa masaya yung mga panahon na nag-uusap tayo na pinaplano pa lang natin to. And ngayon, andito na tayo.
Like, it's here na.
Kasi ang tagal nun, di ba, yung umaga tayo nag-uusap ng mga plans and ideas.
Yeah, because you can't go into here without
planning.
Yeah.
Tagal, may 1 year mahigit. Hindi lang. 2.
Yeah, it's been a very, very long time from the time na nagwa-vlog ako, and then I stopped because I couldn't deal with it on my own.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think nasa 2 to 3 years na din yun lumipas.
Yan. Halaga siya kasi yung mga ganitong bagay ay life-changing. Literal, kasi you're putting yourself out, taking that first step of being open to criticism. Hopefully, not too much cringe from the people na, especially yung mga kakilala natin pag napanood nila to.
Well, yeah, not everybody would actually agree with us. And we're not even forcing them to agree with us.
Exactly.
So, di ba, we have...
Hindi rin tayo laging tama.
Yeah, hindi naman. Not
In-accept
necessarily
din natin.
we're saying things like this na tama tayo, di ba? We're not imposing our POVs to others naman. So, yeah.
Okay. So,
right. So, question number 19. Paano mo pinaprioritize ang sarili mo sa araw-araw?
siguro, ang pinaka-importante sa akin yung time ko alone.
Mm-hmm.
And ngayon, nagkaroon din tayo ng mga conversations about it. Importante sa akin, kasi yun yung time ko mag-recharge mentally na yung walang external na stimuli. Kasi sometimes I get overly stimulated sa pag-iisip. So parang yun, pina-prioritize ko yung sarili ko by just not thinking. Yung term nga nila dun, zoning out. Yung zone out lang ako, not really thinking about responsibilities. So paano mo pina-prioritize yung sarili mo everyday?
Prioritizing yung sarili ko sa araw-araw. Parang general naman yun. Char. Hindi, prioritization siguro, other than the same thing that you're doing with yourself, na kailangan may alone time ka, may time ka to recharge. Bilang isang introvert din, that's something I do as needed because from the past din kasi, I also have a job that makes me talk for more than super long time, non-stop. So, nakakapagod din yun. Yung naubos na yung social battery mo tapos...
Ganun pa.
Oo. So, just also making sure that you have that time for yourself to recharge. And most of the time, sa akin siguro, doing the things that makes me calm. Yun yung parang essential sa life ko na hindi ko na maaalis. Like, yung pampakalma ko is like a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like hearing like yung mga classical music as much as possible. Na kung may capacity ako to hear those or like I feel like I need it, I would. Making sure that I'm groomed well. The more that I dress up. Kasi some folks, not all, na thinking dressing up ng mga babae is for the guys. Hindi ko alam like, well, at least for some that I know, may ganong sense of connotation. Or at least you can hear from them na feeling nila, pag kinocall out nila bakit nagde-dress up yung isang babae is because of the guys. But, hindi siya all the time the case. So, for me, when I dress up, I like to see myself nice and looking good, well-groomed. That makes myself more confident to deal with my everyday. So, yeah. So, isa sa mga self-care yon other than yung usual things na nagsiskincare ka, you make sure that you're well, you're feeding yourself enough, diba? So, yun. And I think one of self-care that we are like, keep on doing and we love doing is eating outside. Nagpo-food trip tayo. And, yun. Diba, overly self-care na nakakataba na nga sa ating dalawa.
Yeah.
But, yun, part din siya ng self-care because we do things that makes us happy. And the more that we are happy, the more that I think would be healthy. But not all the time.
Within reason.
Within reason.
And in moderation, sabi nga nila.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for last question.
Question number 20. If you could go back in time to correct a mistake, ano yun?
Ako yung sasagot ulit, right?
Mauna ka, yeah.
Mauna ako. So, correct the mistake back then to change. At ano yun? Sana nagtrabaho na ako. Bata pa lang ako. That simple thing. I wish I have decided or at least done something. Bata pa lang ako to earn. And, earn money, have my own savings back then. Sana. At an early age. Kasi I wouldn't feel robbed of my childhood back then. Kasi parang something that would actually benefit my future self. Really. That I'd be really happy about. But that's not something that I regret. It's just, kung may chance lang naman, no, to go back and change something, try to have a job. Like, bata pa lang ako, kinder pa lang ako, ganun. Earn money na, ganun. And make savings out of it.
Well, as someone na mabata pa lang nagtatrabaho, natigdam ako ngayon pagod. Ay, pero yun nga, hindi mo na mababago yung, alam na natin lahat yun, pero kung magkakaroon man ako ng ganong, opportunity to change, siguro, mas maaga ako naghanap ng mentors. Particularly sa field of, anything related to math. Kasi isa yun sa weakness ko eh. Ay gusto kong, or baka siguro napasok ako sa engineering or anything na logical. Parang feeling ko hindi masyadong na-develop sa akin yun growing up kasi I've had a string of bad teachers dun sa topic na yun. So, wala akong mentorship. And hindi ako nag-fit dun sa box. So, na-outcast ka in a way. Yun lang siguro.
Well, that's true. Because I think if I didn't have a mentor back
diba?
then.
I
wouldn't survive
mga mentors nila. So, shout out. Kung magsha-shout out.
Shout out po din sa mga mentor ko po dyan. That made all math for me easy.
Yeah. Kasi
like,
ko
sobra.
Yun eh. Tawag dito. Anong term dun? Insecurity ko siya.
Nah, you're not that good of it.
Gusto ko sana siyang i-develop pero wala na. It's too late eh. I'm too late in the sense na not because ayoko lang or lang. Too late siya in a sense na yung formative years ko, na miss out ko yung opportunity. Kaya ko naman siya i-develop ngayon pero hindi kasing bilis kung bata ka. And,
yeah, kasi you have to understand the basics and why this and that. Medyo madami kasi yun. So, pero yeah, you still can have it if you want it. And if that's gonna be like relevant to you.
Mas mahirap siyang gawin at your old age. Siguro, kung isi-simplify ko yung sinabi kong yun, more time, siguro may kailangan ding resources dun. Yung term ng yung common.
Oh, Kumon is different.
Nagganon ka ba dati?
I just saw the modules.
Yeah, I saw the
It's just way different and way more advanced. Like, oh my god, there are ways like this. Like,
Well,
yeah.
wala
Pero
rin kaming resource
like
to do it. Pero yung
understanding
ganon,
concept siguro yung basic, and then parang next part na lang kasi yung knowing the shortcuts, which is very helpful. But depende on, I think it's depende on where are you gonna use it. Kasi not all the maths are like very useful.
Hindi,
Pero
useful sila,
on case-to-case
pero yung
basis.
relevant. Yun yung mahirap eh. Yung which math is useful and which one is relevant.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Well, yeah, I think that's the last of it.
Hindi pa rin naman po kami naghihiwalay. So, I guess.
Yeah, so if you made it to the end of this episode without, cringing or even having bad thoughts about yourself, congratulations. So I think you're more emotionally stable than we are. But seriously, these questions aren't about having perfect answers naman, right? So they're about being willing to be asked of it and to pause and to check in with yourself as well before life does things for you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
If one of those 20 questions hit you hard or mildly bruised your ego or just made you think, please, we invite you to share this episode. So tag a friend or, scream into the abyss. Whatever works. Whatever floats your boat, ika.
Wow.
Yeah. And we'll be back next week.
With more chaos, for sure.
Yeah.
Clarity and maybe questionable wisdom.
Yeah.
So don't forget to click the like and bell button, please.
Yeah. It
so you
helps
can be
out,
involved. Yeah.
with engagement. So
Yep.
again, this is Roman Cast Studios.
Yep.
So I'm David.
And I'm Franz. Thanks for being brave enough to ask the questions nobody wants to. Catch you next time.